Hello, I'm BrigantiaBlackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Sunday and welcome back to our series on the Havamal. This week we are looking at verse 26, and as always we will be looking at 3 different translations. The first reads, "The unwise man thinks all to know while he sits in a sheltered nook, but he knows not one thing, what he shall answer if men shall put him to proof." That's by Olive Bray. The next translation, "The fool fancies he is full of wisdom when he sits by his hearth at home, quickly finds when questioned by others that he knows nothing at all." That's W.H. Auden and P.B. Taylor. And now for our last translation. "The foolish man thinks he knows everything if he cowers in a corner. He doesn't know what he can say in return if people ask him questions." And that's by Carolyn Larrington. So, foolish people, they do like to pretend that their knowledge is more profound than what it really is, and that their experience has given them wisdom which they just do not possess. And this is a form of laziness. Instead of getting out, living life, and going through a learning process like everybody else has to do, some people prefer just to collect a bunch of bromides and platitudes and then regurgitate them and try to pass themselves off as gurus. And it's easy to get away with that if you're saying popular things or telling people what they want to hear, whether or not that's true, and if no one is looking too closely at the implications of what you're espousing. And if no one is paying attention to a foolish person or is a fool themselves, then how is the foolishness to ever be corrected? And worse, if people who do know better are dismissed and vilified, then that allows the errors to continue to compound, and that creates disasters, as we have daily proof. Foolishness is revealed through questions, and how those questions are either answered or evaded, which is why idiots and dishonest people fear questions, again, as we have daily proof. And when someone states an opinion that sounds just a bit hinky, the first thing we should do is begin a series of questions to try to establish what is that opinion based upon, and if it bears any resemblance at all to observable reality. And the more you dig into a piece of foolishness, the more it falls apart, and eventually it just becomes completely obvious that this isn't something that should be embraced or taken seriously. This will not make us popular with the fools. But if we make it a habit to reject utter nonsense, we will stand out to people who do have good sense, and it is with those people that we can actually build a community with and have bonds that are actually worth having. So lots of food for thought with this particular verse. I'd be very interested in hearing your own and personal impressions about this. What did it make you think of? How does this relate to things that you can see in our world? Just tell me all about it, either in the comment section below or come on to Blackbird's Brew on Discord. There's a link to join in the description box below. I have an entire channel devoted to Norse lore, anything having to do with Norse spirituality. If you want to bring this subject up there, absolutely the perfect place to do it, and I'd be just thrilled to hear from you. But that'll do it for now, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.